Hey. Oh my gosh, sorry. I was like a minute late because um I was getting ready to come on. Oh, and Sabrina, thank you. I will talk about that tomorrow. But thank you. Um but yeah, let me tell you this story real quick. So I'm walking through my living room. My kid fell asleep on the couch and I didn't want to bother him, so he had like a blanket and one of his pillows or whatever. So I was just he was watching Garfield, so I was like, oh, I'll just let him sleep there. Well, I'm walking into my room to go live, and he like wakes up and sits up in his sleep. And I could just tell he has to go to the bathroom, because usually like when he wakes up like that, it's because he has to go to the bathroom, but he doesn't know what's going on because he's sleeping and he's just kind of out of it. So I'm like, come on, you gotta go to the bathroom, come on. And he's like, no, yelling at me. Like, oh my gosh, here we go. So I had to literally, he gets up and he goes to the bathroom, but my hubby's in there, so I'm like, no, wait, he'll be out in a second. And then he starts walking to like the front door, like he's gonna go outside, and I'm like, no, he'll be out in a second. So then he goes and lays back down, and I try and get him up, and he starts telling me, no, I don't have to. So I just knew that he had to, so I picked him up and I carried him into the bathroom and like stood him in front of the toilet. I'm like, go. And he's like, I don't have to go. Turns around and pees in my shower. Then he wouldn't go lay back down. He just wanted to stand in the shower. He thought he was getting a shower, I guess. I don't know, but it took me a good minute to get him back to sleep. But yeah, he was sleepwalking. Yes, Princess Megan Elsa. He was definitely sleepwalking. Millete, the first one here. Hey, Georgia Peach. Hey, Boston Nick. I know, Lisa Marie Presley. I just seen from a heart attack, right? Hey, Grandma Sherry. Hey, Linda H. Hey, Carrie. Oh man, that's so she didn't look too great. Was it at the Golden Globes that I've seen her? Wherever she went. Hey, Jen. Sorry, I'm going down the list. Sabrina. Hey, Pointer Lover. Yeah, she didn't look too well at the Golden Globes to me. She looked like a little like swollen or something. Does anyone know if she had substance abuse issues? I don't know if she did or not. I was just curious. It's so young. Your boy got out the back door and down a half a flight of stairs. Oh my goodness. Lisa Marie Presley, Elvis's daughter. She died. She was only 50 something, very young. Yeah, she didn't look well at the Golden Globe. She did not look well. Yeah, I'm not going on camera tonight because I cooked chicken cutlets, like Italian style chicken cutlets, and that's takes a while to do. And then by the time I was done all that, I was all nasty, so I was like staying off camera tonight. But yeah, she didn't look too well. She looked like swollen, or like her face looked weird, like her like she looked droopy or something. I don't know how to explain it. But and what do y'all think about Meghan and Harry? Oh my gosh, I've had enough of them too. At first I was all for it. I was like, I feel terrible for him because what he had happened to his mom and the press and all that nonsense. And I was really rooting for them too. And they're like, yeah, we just want our privacy and we want whatever. And now they're just talking to everybody. So I don't know, it's driving me nuts. So I can't get down with Harry and Meghan now. Yeah, the royal family, Princess Megan Elsa. Thank you, Georgia Peach. Right? Rest in peace, Lisa Marie. So sad. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Harry even went after the dog. He said something like, sorry, Sabrina, if you love him. What he said, like he went over to William and Cait's house, and the dog was barking at him like they were thieves or something like that. I'm like, oh my God. But I don't know. I always loved Harry, and I'm kind of like, I'm frustrated at the fact that he really hated the press and what they did to his mother, and now he's colluding with them, which I just have a hard time understanding, I guess. At least he admitted he's a spare. Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for him. It's gotta be hard to be, like, in your brother's it's alright. In your brother's shadow or whatever, I don't and there's a lot of pressure from there, so I get it, but thank you, Carrie. Yeah, I was really in like, I always followed, Maya really close, and, this case just really gets to me. Yeah, that's what I mean. I felt bad for them too, Linda, but, like, they went on and on about how they didn't want the attention, and now they're asking for the attention, so I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me, so I don't know. But I never was crazy about how the royal family was, you know what I mean? They're very Californian, so you feel like you get them. They're totalitarianism of the system he was born into. It's oppressive, like his mom died. Yeah. No, I get that. That's what I'm saying. I've always felt bad for him. I just don't understand his like what he's doing now. You know what I mean? Like for someone who hated the press so much, then why are you colluding with them? You know. I agree with them about Camilla though. I can't stand her at all. Hey James Anderson. So I'll go. I agree with that. Uh, I never liked Camilla. I don't know why, but I just, I never did. So is Ryan here? Because he needs a recap, and I don't want him to miss it. But I am going to give a little recap about Maya in case people haven't been following this case. Grifting on the royal family name. Yeah, that's what it Yeah, well, I always liked Harry because I thought he was like the fun one, and he was like, just didn't give a shit. There's Ryan. Okay, he is here. I agree with that, trying to speak his family's language. I can see that. And I don't like how they're trying to like retract that. I mean, they pretty much said they were racist, and now they're saying that they didn't, but like they implied heavily. But I mean, and then the fact that he said that he wanted privacy and he wanted security to protect his family, but then in his book he talks about killing Taliban, and it's like, dude, that's a bad idea. But Harry's like Andrew emulating him. Yeah, I feel like yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I love the show The Crown. Does anybody watch The Crown? Show's so good. So good. I just feel like Harry's different than he used to be. I don't know. I really liked it. Like I loved Harry, just everything he stood for. And now my stepmom was a bitch too. I can relate. I will say I think I gave my stepmom a hard time in the beginning, but we get along now, and she's a really nice person. I was just an angry teenager. You know what I mean? It was hard for me because, when you're a teenager and your family goes through a divorce and you find someone new, and although I don't get along with my mom like at all, I was worried for my dad about getting in another relationship, I guess is more the thing, but she's good for him. And as I got older, I understood them more. When you're a kid or a teenager, you're mad because you want to do what you want and you don't understand why they're treating you that way and this and that. And when you get older and have your own kids, you're like, it makes more sense, Yeah, Harry does seem a little emotionally lost. Yeah, Megan seemed to give him the courage to break free. I get that. Clip channel shaking my head. Right? Be clipping those squirrels. No, I'm not the clip channel, but apparently they think I am. Hey Nate. So yeah. I don't agree. I feel like this was a bad idea, like what he did. And I feel like they're going to get a lot of backlash for this, and it's going to ruin his relationship with his family, like all of his family. And I feel bad that his relationship is gonna be ruined with his brother because I like, that's link you the video. They didn't make a video on me that I know of. They were in another chat talking about me, and somebody told me and sent me screenshots, but I will send them to you, Matt, in a little bit. But, I feel upset for, like, his relationship for his brother, I guess. Um, but so, let's get into my preliminary hearing. It's getting juicy. Have you guys been watching it? Anyone? I hate his lawyer. I don't know why. I just can't stand her. She's really slow. The story about a girl's head chopped off? What? I'm out of the loop with that. Yeah. Yeah, Sabrina. I hope they figure it out. Yeah, his lawyer's crazy. I don't like his lawyer at all. I don't know why. I do love me some Cait. I really like Cait. I liked Megan. I really used to love Suits. I loved Harry Specter from Suits, and I really wanted him to be Christian Grey when they made that movie because I thought he just like embodied that character so well with the Harvey Specter character, but he was too old. But Gabriel Macht would have made a perfect what's the guy's name in 50 Shades of Grey? Whatever, that guy. But yeah, she's terrible. She went to law school in 1920, right? Yeah, I don't like her at all. She doesn't have any fire. She's like really quiet. Yeah, Suits was really good. Um Lawyer is really quiet, very slow. She I feel like they have to keep asking her like what is her point or like where she's going with some of the stuff. Um I don't know. I don't know what her end game is, but not a fan of Larry's lawyer. I am a little worried because I mean, we have a lot of time, but so far it doesn't seem like they have a lot to go on. She does all his court cases, civil, criminal, and guardianship, and she's awful on all of them, right? I hear they have a custody hearing in June, and I really hope that her family gets Mary, Chris, and them get to see the kids and stuff because it's just ridiculous what they're doing. His parents are as controlling as he is, in my opinion. But I mean, I get why she's in there. She had like, I guess if he's found guilty, maybe things will change. But as of right now, she's considered, I guess, missing. Well, they declared her that they think she's dead, but she like missing. You know what I mean? And that's where the kids lived, and they don't. You know, things wouldn't change for them. They'd still be in the same house and stuff. So I guess that's the argument the grandparents are having. But they have visitation now. Oh, good. Well, Carrie, I like that you know all this information, so you might have to fill me in on stuff because I haven't followed it through. Like I've followed it like that, but I haven't like watched all the hearings and stuff like that. But I do love me some Mary Kerr. She's so cute when she said her husband was listening. They have an evaluation. They will determine it from there who get the children. Gotcha. Aren't you from Kays? You're from Kays, right, Carrie? Hey, Irvin. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say I know who you are. It's been so long since I have covered it. So what? Newly married couple in Texas, husband arrested for chopping her head off in the basement? No shit. Is Law and Crime covering it? No, CBS 8 is covering it. We don't talk about Karen. The good thing is that CPS therapists won't let the grandparents lie to the kids and keep them. I didn't like how they Oh, yes, I do remember. Okay, I remember exactly who you are now and talking about this. I do. I remember you doing all that. You were the ones who like did a lot of stuff with the family. I do remember now. God, it's been so long since I've talked about this case. So, all right, let me give like a little timeline and like a rundown for people who might not know this case. All right, so it happened, I think, around January 9th. It would have been in 2021. I'll have to check out that story. That sounds crazy. Beheaded and they were newly married. Wow. All right, so let me show you a picture of her real quick. See a picture of them. You see, I like a visual. Visual. I'd be liking. I think this is one when they were very young. They were high school sweethearts. So, well, I'm so glad that we have Carrie here because she knows everything. Carrie, thank you for being here. Okay, January 7th is the last day that she had any contact. So this is them. They're definitely young in this picture. They were high school sweethearts. She married very young. What do they have? 3 kids, right? I think. Hey, Jameson. They've been She was 18 when they were married. She was last seen on camera coming in the house from her Jeep, but she was never seen leaving the house. Yep. She was 18 and they were married for 22 years. Larry stated they were having marriage issues for around a year. 2 girls and a boy. Okay. And how old was the youngest when all this went down? Hey, pray for rock and roll. All right, so they were having issues, he said, for about a year. I'm pretty sure I don't know if has this been like confirmed because her sister said today she never confirmed it, but supposedly Maya had an affair with a coworker. 4. Okay. I knew it was really young because there was rumors that the kid might have been in the car with him disposing of her. There was supposedly she had an affair with a coworker and then I guess ended the affair and Larry became like crazy over it. Like to the point if she was working with a male on the job, I'm pretty sure he called her job and like asked them to remove the guy from working with her. He was contacting these spellcasters, asking them to incapacitate her, like break her legs or something like that, so that she couldn't leave the house. He was very controlling. He controlled all the finances. She didn't really have her own money. Her sister said when they would go shopping, she would buy stuff for her sister on the credit card and then ask her to give her cash back so she could have some cash on hand. She didn't know like spellcasters. Like he would contact like these witch doctors or whatever and ask them to cast spells on his wife. He even had an altar with like her picture on it and candles. It was very, very strange. Like he was asking them for a while to like do things to her. Like, yeah, I'll have to I'll show the picture. I'll get to it. It's creepy though. Totally creepy. But yeah, he was definitely asking spellcasters to like incapacitate her so that she couldn't leave. Creepy vibes for sure. All right, so There was accusations of infidelity. On November 9th, 2020, she makes a Facebook post about how she finally has the vehicle she always wanted, which was a Jeep. She'd like to go off-roading. They showed a search history on a computer today. Search history was how to mentally torture someone. Yeah, and didn't he look up like medication to keep her like subdued? And he looked up all kinds of weird stuff. He was really, yeah, like crazy. And that's not saying that lightly, like he was. I think it made him crazy. Like he thought that she was gonna leave him, and he like. Mary Chris also said today that she had seen him snap before. They were all going to go snowboarding, and they were all in his car, and they were going through the parking lot, and there was an area where you'd go up this like hill, and it would take you into the drop-off area. Well, the parking attendant was telling them to like not go that way and to stop and to go another way, and he just like got so mad he like hit him with the car and kept going. And he told everyone like he didn't remember even. You have his reviews for the spellcasters. I know you sent me stuff a while back. I probably still have your stuff in my messages. Like I bet you I still have it, Carrie. I'll look because I'll look through Messenger. I bet I still have all the stuff you sent me. Because I do remember you sent me a bunch of stuff. I think it was on Messenger. Yeah, a very violent history of snapping. Yeah, he was also he got arrested for like gang stabbing back in the day. He stabbed someone. Did he? I don't think he murdered them, right? I don't remember if he murdered them or not, but he stabbed somebody in like 1997 maybe. Hey Boston Nick. But yeah, totally control freak, crazy in my opinion. The week, all right, so, and this broke my heart. So the week that Maya went missing, she said to her sisters, I need, sorry, I had a little frog in my throat. She asked her sisters for 10K. She needed 10K to pay the lawyer. And her sisters are so sweet. They didn't even hesitate. She was literally like, guys, I need 10K for a lawyer. Like, you can pawn my Rolexes and Louis Vuittons. And Mary Chris immediately, I'm pretty sure it was Mary Chris. It's either her or other sister was like, no problem. We'll split it 5-5. You know, like no questions. It didn't even ask no questions. They were like, you want to split it 5-5? Okay. That was it. They really, I feel like her sisters were her biggest advocates for sure. Yeah, Mary, Chris, and Jane. But like, if you just saw the text messages, it was like so cute. They didn't even like. If my brother was like, "I need 10K," I would have been like, "Bro, are you nuts? You know, what the hell you need this for?" They didn't even, you know what I mean? They were just like, they didn't even say anything besides like, "We'll split it." You know, it was sweet. It was very sweet. I saw that and I just felt so bad for them because you could tell they had such right. My siblings would tell me to go stand on the corner. Same. It was like, oh, that broke my heart. Cause I'm like, they didn't even question it, you know, or they were just like down for whatever. So her last public post was on January 3rd, 2021. I believe they were camping then. They all went to, I don't know how to pronounce it. Wasn't it something with a G, like Glim something? They were camping. They were big campers. They'd go to camping places, you know, like mountains and stuff, and they would camp. They had a trailer or they'd get a hotel in the Glamis, yes. And the whole family would get together and they would go camping. So they went camping for the new year, and she said that they were not getting along. They just had May's Jeep, and she was super excited about having her Jeep, but she said it seemed like Larry was purposely driving it to piss her off and would be gone for hours at a time, driving around with it. And she didn't want to drive with him. She didn't want to go with him. They left on the 3rd, I believe, and I think her sister left on the 4th. And then on the night of January 6th, Larry and May had an argument. And then it says last contact was made at 6:45 p.m. on January 7th. January 7th, 2021, last seen at her Chula Vista home in San Miguel Ranch area. January 7th, 2021, there was a brush fire directly behind their home. January 7th, 2021, at around 10 p.m., one of the neighbor's surveillance camera recorded 6 loud bangs. In my opinion, it sounded like gunshots. Like, I don't know how. Apparently, the audio wasn't good enough where they could determine if it was gunshots. But it sounded like gunshots to me. I will get that audio for you guys and play it. Let me see. Maybe I can pull it up real quick. But it sounds like gunshots to me. Yeah, it had to be. I don't know what else that sound could be. Let me see if this is it. I think this is it. Oh, yeah, it is. Hold on. Let me share my screen. I don't know how they don't know either, because I think it sounds like, to me, it sounds blatant as hell that it's gunshots. Like, I don't know what else it could be, but. Yeah, I hear gunshots for sure. Like, I think that sounds just like gunshots. Let me see if I can find the altar real quick while I'm doing this. Yeah. Look at that. Can you guys see it? Is that candle wax like all over? It's so weird. And what is that? Matt, we don't know. Her body was never found. She went missing. All right, so in a nutshell, she told her family that she was going to divorce him. She asked her family for 10K, and then she reached out to a divorce lawyer who cried on the stand. It was so sad because she said I guess she sent an intake form to Maya, and she's like, I can't help but feel like I may have played a role in this because he may have discovered the intake form that she sent to her. And she reached out to a divorce lawyer, and then she disappeared. Like, just off the face of the earth. Boom, gone. And her husband, obviously, was acting super crazy because she had allegedly had an affair on him, and he didn't want her to leave, and he was reaching out to like voodoo witch doctor people to literally asking them to incapacitate her so she couldn't leave the house. Shut up. Why don't they just find her? Of course they're not just gonna find her. It is a Brujeria voodoo altar. I've never heard of that. That's weird. Now you got me. Let's look it up. A Brujeria voodoo altar. Like Santeria type stuff? Is that what it is? No, that's creepy. All right. Oh, it's real deal. Yeah. Her husband. That's what her husband was arrested for murder. Oh yeah, prior military. So, all right. So, oh shoot, sorry. Give me a second. Let me find my okay. Um, the same recording also picks up children playing in the backyard at the same time. I didn't listen all the way through, but is that good question, Matt? If he did shoot her 8 times, maybe out of anger. They did find blood spatter in their bathroom, I'm pretty sure. I don't know how much, and they haven't talked about if they tested it or not. There was a guy who did a walkthrough in their home and found that the bathroom walls had been refinished, it looked like, and there was a hole in the door. It almost looked like somebody punched a hole in the door and reached their hand in and unlocked the door from the outside. Oh, there's okay. I will definitely play that. But so there was a brush fire directly behind their home. The gunshots, that was around 10 p.m. on January 7th. And then new digital recording, April 17th release shows 8 shots fired in 79 seconds. Cluster of 5 shots followed by okay, so it was more than that. It was 8. Followed by 6 shot 10 seconds later, and number 7 rings out about 34-second gap, followed by 8 23 seconds later. All right, let me play this one. Hold on. Here's a better audio of the shots. I don't know how they can't. don't hear children. I just hear a dog. All right. So, in an ABC 10 interview, Larry says he heard her voice Friday night but didn't physically see her. On January 9th, May's phone was going straight to voicemail, according to Mary Chris. On January 9th, Maya was reported missing to police in the early morning hours. So basically, they couldn't get Mary Chris couldn't get a hold of Maya. She starts worrying and she goes to their house. And she's like, Larry, where's Maya? What's going on? And he's like, oh, she's, oh, sorry, I have all my stuff open. She's probably at the park. She's like, yeah, she's probably at the park. And he's like, I know. I just realized. I'll cut that out. So she asked him, she's like, where's Maya? He's like, she's probably at the park hiking or something. By the way, it was like 10 o'clock. It was really late. So it's like, why would she be hiking in the dark? You know what I mean? It didn't make sense to me. Obviously, it didn't make sense to her. Larry's like, well, just wait, she'll be back. He kept saying she'll be back when obviously she wasn't coming back. It got pretty late. Mary Chris starts to worry, so she calls the police. The police get there around like 1. She said sometime between 1 and 2 a.m. They're probably there for like an hour. She says she thinks, but she's not sure if she had, Carrie, I think Lori accidentally timed you out. It's pocket modding is super easy and we do it all the time. So I apologize. You should be back in like 200 seconds or so. Don't worry about it, Lori. I do it all the time, girl. Anyway, so she thinks she may have whispered to them that she thinks she may have whispered to the police that there was something fishy going on with Larry. And let's see. And I'm pretty sure Larry's parents have lived with them, a long time, like for, I don't know, maybe like a year or so, right? If anyone knows that, or if Carrie knows that. But I'm pretty sure his parents lived with him at the time when all this thing. Hey, Queen. Hey, girl. Yeah, I'm pretty sure his parents lived with them at the time and in the home. So it's kind of like, I feel like they have to know something because you're living in the house with them and there's literally gunshots. Like, I mean, that sounds like gunshots to me. And if there was gunshots, sweeping and listening isn't a good idea. Yeah, one time I had water drip on my phone and literally like wreaked havoc on a whole chat. Just the droplets of water were just timing out people like crazy. I've done it a million times, so don't worry. She didn't want to go through with the divorce stuff until after her daughter's birthday, which was on January 10th, and Maya would have never missed her daughter's birthday. So that's, when they started really getting nervous. Yeah, even if it wasn't from their house, wouldn't you like call that in? Like, that's loud as hell. Like, it sounds like gunshots. I don't know how his parents wouldn't know unless they were away. Like, if he made sure they were away that weekend or something, I'm not really sure, but I don't know how they didn't know. And all right, so where was we? In ABC 10 News interview, Larry states he noticed she was missing when her parents came by. He found her keys because her door was locked and she wasn't in her room. So he kind of made it sound like possibly that she was sleeping in another room and was locking herself in the room, or locking, you know what I mean, like keeping herself uh separate, or sleeping in separate rooms. And he claims that the door was locked, and I think he thought that she was like in the room. Do they have neighbor? Yeah, they had neighbors. If you see, they have a very, like, the houses aren't too far apart from what the street looks like to me. You know what I mean? Um, so I don't know how. Oh, there's Carrie. Yay. Okay, so his parents moved back to he had his parents move back to Texas. So they were gone when this happened. They weren't there, or they weren't at the house when this happened. Interesting. I did not know that. All right, back to her. Thank you, Randy man. Welcome. Thank you for becoming a member, my dude. All right, so then Maya missed her eldest daughter's birthday, which is so unlike her. You know, they're definitely worrying at this point because she would never miss her daughter's birthday. On January 10th, May's friends set up a Facebook page to bring awareness to her disappearance. On January 12th was supposed to be the day where May had an appointment with a divorce attorney. On January 12th, May's sister Mary states on Fox News that they've been together since they were 18 years old, married for 22 years, but there's been some marital issues. January 12th, Fox 5 knocked at her residence and no one answered. January 12th, Maya's brother, Jay, gives an interview and states to Fox 5 her car is still parked in the driveway and her cell phone has been off for days. On January 13th, a community search was planned at 10 a.m. beginning at Mount San Miguel Park. Larry did not attend. Carrie, do you know if he attended any of the searches? January 13th, Maya's sister confirmed reports that she had gotten into an argument with her husband before she went missing. He drove on, like, I forget what day it was, but they have him like driving like 2 hours away or something like that, right? He drove pretty far, and they think that's when he like hit her body. And supposedly he had the youngest child with him, from what I remember, who was 4 at the time. Larry's husband gives full interview with ABC 10 News. I can play the Larry Millete interview real quick if you want to watch it. Sure. This one shows a lot of pictures. Is this? I don't know if this is the one. Hold on. It must be just the audio. It says full interview, so let me see. GPS was clean, except that he put it he put in their address 2 hours and 42 minutes from their home. Okay, so it was far. Yeah, California. All right, one sec.
Larry?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are you there? So first, when it's recording, do I have your permission to record this conversation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I mean, just like how we were talking, Larry, I think the last time you saw her was like last Thursday, I think?
Visually, but she was in the house Friday.
Oh, okay, so it was Friday. I mean, kind of just, it's been almost a week now, and you haven't seen from her, you haven't seen her or heard from her. You have three kids.
Oh, he was gone for 12 hours? Oh, wow. I kind of, I don't know. I kind of hope maybe he does strike a deal so they can find her body, but I don't at the same time. Hey, Nina, how was your son's birthday? Hope you guys had fun.
Kids with her. I mean, this isn't like her.
No, not this long. It's the concerning and alarming part is she wouldn't be gone this long.
And, what, you guys were married 21 years? Tell
Well,
us.
it'll be 21 years, May 21st of this year. So 20 years, it'll be 21 this year.
Wow. What do you love about Maya?
Oh, I love everything about her. She's very smart, kind, you know, basically just herself, her personality, her smell, just everything.
And probably her love for life. She loved to hike, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. She, just her outgoing personality.
And probably a great mom.
Oh yes, yes she is.
So I mean, why do you think?
He's very quiet, almost not quiet, but he lets her lead. He's not very outspoken like some people, how when you see a lot of the husbands who do something wrong and they're just word vomit and can't shut up. Hey, missing people with confusing stories. Hope you're well too. Yeah, he does have a creepy voice, but it's like he's afraid to say anything, and he just lets her kind of lead the interview and just kind of goes, yeah, like.
What do you think happened? I mean, there's no reason that you can think of, why she wouldn't be here for her kids. She wouldn't miss her daughter's birthday.
I don't want to speculate. There's a lot of speculations, and people kind of throw these I don't know, speculations out. But right now, I just want to focus on how to get her back home safe and sound, and yeah, that's it.
And then have police given any indication
Yeah.
at all about where she is?
No, right now, but they, I have full confidence in, like I said, the CVPD and the Navy, because they put maximum resources on our case.
So there was was it an attorney? I think it was an attorney who did a walkthrough of the home, and he noticed that I think it was Mary Chris's attorney. I could be wrong now, but he noticed that a freezer was missing, and he reported it to the police. And I don't know if they really did if they were proactive about it or what, but apparently his uncle Ricky had picked up this freezer and said that he was going to pick it up for a long time. So why did she clean the house with bleach? Do you know what day that was done? What was the excuse for it? Oh, awesome. So many people have come from Crazy Mama. She's so sweet. I'll have to thank her again. I just thanked her the other day because somebody said I came from Crazy Mama. And I'm like, that's so nice of her. Well, I'm glad you're here, and hopefully you'll subscribe and come back, Missing People with Confusing Stories. Do you have a channel? If you do, I'll check it out. You sound like it's a channel name, so. Oh yeah, I definitely think his family knows something. It was the Cold Case Foundation attorney, Billy Little. His wife worked with Maya. Okay. I knew it was an attorney connected somehow.
You know, this is what they do. This is what they do best. Um, I'm pretty sure that, you know, they're going to do their job. And that's why I'm really hopeful and confident that, you know, things will work out.
How are your kids taking it?
That's my main focus for now. That's why I'm very thankful for my my sister-in-law, Mary Chris, because she's handling all this media attention. She's actually doing everything that I should be doing, you know, out there. But at the same time, I'm just making sure, you know, it's as normal, like a normal day for them. You know, they do their school, mainly their main routine is just kept. And, you know, I've been doing this for a while since she's been missing, and they're still happy-go-lucky most of the time. I know they sense something is wrong, but, you know, minimize that. They don't really understand the gravity of it, but I know my two oldest kind of like sees it, but I try to minimize the impact that it has on them. But although even though I'm trying to do that, I notice, you know, they know what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because they were down here at the vigil, weren't they?
Yes, I had my oldest down there for a little bit, and then
Oh, well, I'll make sure to check you out. Missing People with Confusing Stories has a channel, so guys, check her out. And my girl Queen Bee's in here. She has a channel too. Does anyone else in here have a channel that I am missing? Do you have a channel, Carrie? Oh, you're a dude. Oh my god. Sorry. Well, he has a channel. You didn't say your name, so I just assumed a girl because I got a lot of females in here. Sorry, Missing People with Confusing Stories. He's a dude. Well, I will check you out, Missing People with Confusing Stories. So wait, you got accused of being Hello Weekend too? We're gonna have to start a club. Yeah, right, Carrie, we do. We do deal with a lot of crap. Me and Missing People with Confusing Stories are getting accused of being your screen name is Killshot. Ah, okay. All right, yeah, I'll check out your fishing channel. My kid will love that. He watches Catch 'em All, the guy Catch 'em All, and he watches all kinds of fishing channels. He loves fishing. As soon as summer rolls around, he got me out there every damn night of the week fishing with head bulbs on and everything. I literally spend all summer fishing with the kid. So he'll be excited about that too. Hey Brandon, you made it. You'd rather just lurk or chat. Yeah, I feel you. But yeah, Missing People, we got to start a accused Hello Weekend club.
my second youngest had tutoring, so I had to get her to come in, and you know, and then they had piano today, which they missed because I allowed them to go to the park. So you know, I was like, wow. And when I got to see a little bit of it, I was just overwhelmed and thankful for all the support. I was like, this is, you know, for my wife Maya, and it's, you know, strangers, but you know, most of the time on TV, I mean, you see all the bad parts, but you don't see all the good parts where, you know, there's still good people out there, and they, you know, they really do care.
Mm-hmm. I know. It's like, but you said you didn't come just because you had to, was it just like for privacy reasons or?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, just again, you know, I'm not like that person to like basically, you know, go out there, but um, I don't know, I just want to make sure it's focused on my wife, you know, finding my wife, not nothing else.
Yeah, right. But he doesn't show up to any search parties, nothing. If you really want to focus on finding your wife, why aren't you trying to find your wife?
And I just don't want any distractions from that.
Okay. Well, Larry, thank you so much. And like I said, I'm hoping, with this story, hopefully it can be out every day and with
Yes, ma'am.
individual just to continue, to see if there's any kind of sightings. Because, yeah, police say that there's been like no digital footprints of her at all, which is really odd. Police just say that there's no crime at all, but it's like, where the heck is she?
Yeah.
You know?
And this is the disheartening part. The disheartening part is, it's been really a really long time, and
Carrie, do you think he would take a plea deal if the case is good against him, which I'm a little worried about, I'm not going to lie? Do you think he'll take a plea deal to say where her body is, or do you think he's too proud for that?
this is this is the I don't know what to think about that. It's just surreal, basically. That you see this stuff on the news, but you don't know how it is until it happens to you. So
Do you think people are unfairly, you know,
Oh, good. Well, that makes me feel better, and I trust you. Because I was getting a little nervous. I'm not going to lie. I'm like, man, this feels like a really circumstantial, and they don't have a body. I hope they have. I hope that the blood is hers, and they can prove something with that, and they have more. I hate circumstantial evidence. I know that people can be convicted with circumstantial evidence. Like, I get that. But I hate cases that are just circumstantial. It worries me. But there's no doubt in my mind that he definitely did this. The press conference tells a lot. If they say that much, they have way more. Yeah. Well, the fact that they're bringing in 25 different witnesses, I don't know. That worries me too, because it feels like they're doing that because of the circumstantial aspect of it. But I think that with all the altar stuff and him, and they at least will definitely get him on the gun charges for sure. But I definitely think that a jury, will. Yeah, Brandon, this is Maya Millete. She went missing around January 7th. She was about to divorce her husband, and he was not happy about that. She reached out to a divorce attorney, and the divorce attorney sent her an intake form, which she fears that maybe the husband found, and they believe that he like snapped and killed her. He was gone for 12 hours on this particular day, and in his GPS he put in their home address, and it was about 2 hours and 42 minutes from the home. The house was cleaned with bleach. There was a freezer missing. Seems like his family may have helped him. Things like that. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, they don't need to bring it all out in the prelim. They just need enough for to send it to trial. But I was just watching a court TV recap of day 1, and they were talking like they were nervous, and I'm like, man, this is making me nervous now. Because they were talking about how circumstantial it was, and there was this one guy. Oh, he was pissing me off because he was very like California. Sorry, I have a Jolly Rancher in my mouth. If you guys can hear it. I need to get a damn lock on my chair because it spins. I can't and I have a bar on the back of my desk that I put my foot on, and I wobble back and forth, and I just I love doing it. I need to lock my chair. They were married for 22 years. They got married when they were 8, almost 22. I think it was like 21, but about to be 22. Together for 22 and married for 20. And they were high school sweethearts. He was like, he had an altar, was doing voodoo, he was asking the spellcaster, paying the spellcaster money to incapacitate his wife so she couldn't leave the house. Yeah, Linda, well, he controlled everything, all the finances. I mean, she literally had nothing. She had to ask her sisters for $10K to do the divorce. Yeah, she made a lot. She made a good amount of money, but he controlled everything. She didn't have the key to the safe, nothing. And yeah, she really didn't have any money to herself or anything like that. So her family was going to help her, and when he found out that she was, trying to get help and going through with it, I think he flipped. Yeah, like where do you find like spell? I don't know. I don't know anything about this, but like where do you find spellcasters? And I feel like they're probably people he really believed were spellcasters, but they're not, and just taking all his money. You know what I mean?
Questioning you or suspecting you?
No, I mean, they got to do their job. I understand. So, whatever it takes, they have to, look at any lead or, um,
Yeah, whatever
basically they
it
just got to
takes
cover
until
all
you get
their,
an attorney and shut
all the
down.
protocols and steps. So, it's part of the job, I guess.
What about the
So,
public that don't even know you, that think that
yeah, that's the thing about the media part,
Mhm.
it's upsetting sometimes that, people, make implications and it's, without even asking, like domestic violence. I'm like, really? Like, her brothers are here, her three brothers, and they know our relationship. I've always been open to the family about our relationship, and they know I've never touched a sister. So they're like, yeah, the media is, sometimes they don't get their story straight before putting it out there. Or it's just maybe, unresponsible journalist or whatever, but we get it.
Oh, Brandon. Also, in case you weren't here, there was um on the night that they believe she went missing, there was audio where it sounded like gunshots. 8 gunshots. They have it on a camera and it's very loud. They also have camera of her coming home, but never leaving her home. And he claims that she went out for a hike, but she wasn't seen leaving the home ever.
It. I mean, whatever makes the biggest impact to get the story or get the viewer's attention. So again, it's a double-edged sword. You get the viewer's attention, you get their interest, and you get the story out. They're like, oh, I'm interested. Now they're following it. And I'm thankful for that because whatever promotes helping find my wife Maya, whatever it takes, basically. So like my sister-in-law said, she doesn't care what it takes, just as long as she comes home safe. And I agree. And so, you know what, you just do what you got to do, and even though, you know, um, some of it's not all good, whatever, like I said, whatever it takes to bring her home.
Yeah, he backed his SUV up close to the garage where cameras couldn't see, and then that particular day is the day I believe that he was missing for 12 hours. That's Mary Chris, that's her sister. She was on the stand today. She's doing very well, and that's her husband. All right, is that her brother? She is married, but I'm not sure if that's her husband or her brother. Yeah, the deep freezer the next morning, yep. Picked up by his uncle. Yeah, his uncle picked up, there was a freezer missing in the house, and his uncle picked up the freezer and said he had been planning to pick it up for a long time. Okay, that's what I thought, but I just wanted to make sure.
it's you do what you got to do. And Mary Chris, she's really, really doing it. Like, she's out there talking and talking to all the media, getting it promoted. So, hopefully we get some kind of tip or help and, get her back home.
Mm. Well, thank you, Larry. I appreciate talking to you, and thank you for talking to me about her. And like I said, I
Yes,
hope we
ma'am.
can just keep this story out here.
Okay. Thank you, Abby.
Hopefully.
Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Larry, and try to get some rest if you can.
Mary Chris is like such an angel. I swear, I love that woman. She's literally an angel. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, thank you. All right, where was I? All right, so he gives an interview. Then on January 14th, People magazine picks up the case. January 14th, a vigil was held for May. Larry did not show up. January 15th, second search is planned. Mount San Miguel Park near the basketball court. Larry did not attend. January 16th, neighbor state detectives are knocking on doors. January 17th, flyer distribution occurred. January 18th, family sets up a Venmo to help cover costs of a PI and for out-of-state family to travel to help search. They were staying at a lot of hotels and stuff during the searches. So, January 19th, family sets up a GoFundMe for $30,000. January 19th, Court TV interview with Larry, Mary Chris, and Richard. Oh, he was in that interview? What, they were all together, I guess? January 21st, virtual Zoom prayer group held. January 21st, 2021, family hires API. January 23rd, search warrant served to search house. Police remove items and furniture. January 30th, 2021, another search is put on by family and friends. Are you talking about the date? There was like a, one said, oh, you mean about the interview? Gotcha. I'm not sure if it was ever retrieved. Good question, Carrie. Do you know if the freezer was ever retrieved by Uncle Ricky or whatever his name is? I hope they got it. Oh, the Larry. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. So on February 3rd, January 30th, another search is put on by family and friends. February 3rd, Larry retains an attorney and is no longer answering police questions. Yeah, I seen that where she said that the couch that she slept on wasn't there anymore. Yep. Okay, so they got the freezer and it was analyzed. It was at Ricky's. Gotcha. Hopefully they found something in there. That will be a relief if they have something there. He told ABC 10 News that he retained attorney because on the advice from family and is grateful for the investigators' efforts in the community to help find Maya, adding that he would like the focus to remain on finding Maya. On February 5th, police have a press conference. On February 7th, May's family is being blocked from her Facebook and public posts are disappearing. So, by that point, Mary Chris does say this at the preliminary hearing that Larry gets into May's Facebook account and he sees all the family messages they are having between the sisters about her getting a divorce and things like that. And he gets very angry and he starts blocking all the family members and I guess deleting posts. On April 1st, Chula Vista police showed up to serve a search warrant at Larry's aunts and uncles, Ricky and Kathy. Oh, well, here's what I just asked you in my timeline. Yeah, it must have been the furniture that was taken. Yep. Oh, hey, Catherine. Okay, where was I? Chula Vista police showed up to serve a search warrant at Larry's aunts and uncles, Ricky and Kathy Lincoln, seizing about a half dozen long. Oh, he hid all his guns there. Long rifles and boxes of evidence. According to neighbors who recorded video of police activity, police confirmed the search warrant happened. I'll be back to Idaho tomorrow, Isabella. I actually have some interesting information to share about Idaho tomorrow, so make sure you guys tune in. I promise I got you at Idaho tomorrow. This is a case that means a lot to me. I was following it a long time ago before I even had my own channel, and the preliminary hearing was today, and it's actually a really good case, Isabella, and they're releasing a lot of info and evidence at the preliminary hearing. So, but I'll be back to Idaho tomorrow. They still can't find a few guns, and he won't tell where they are. Really? Oh, Anna Walsh? Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a new case. Yep. Yeah, the Anna Walsh case. I know. I'll have to cover that too. Maybe I can do like a afternoon and then a night one, because I do have to cover the Anna Walsh case too, because that's crazy. Have you guys been following that? I mean, if you think about it, that case is kind of similar to this one. Right after the new year, the wife goes missing. They find blood in the house. It's actually pretty similar. It sounds a little more like super gruesome with Anna. They found like a hatchet and a saw and a knife, and he bought $450 worth of cleaning supplies in the Anna Walsh case. Yeah, I'll definitely cover that too. But yeah, there's definitely some similarities with the Anna Walsh case in this case for sure. But back to Maya case. Where was I? April 5th, 2021, CVPD puts out a media advisory. On April 7th, 2021, they put out another media advisory. Interviews with 47 of Maya's family members and friends, neighbors, and witnesses. The writing of 12 search warrants, which include homes, cars, cell phones, and electronic devices, call detail records, financial records, social media, and cloud data. Peake said one of these warrants was for Maya's home on January 23rd. Oh, Carrie, that's what I wanted to ask you. What do you think? Do you think they will call May's ex-lover, I guess? If he exists, you know what I mean? Do you think they'll call the guy that she had an affair with to come, to subpoena him? Oh, the shovels along the fence? Yeah, I seen that too. Their whole yard is concrete. Well, that's weird. And all the shovels had dirt on the tips of them too. Georgia Peach, I promise I will send help if I find out your hubby buys $400 in cleaning supplies. You can count on me to solve your case for you, girl. I got you. Angel Nicole Overstreet. Yeah, I think I've heard of that case before. I have to reacquaint myself, but I've definitely heard of it before. Yeah, I do a lot of. I have covered Delphi a lot. The Delphi case is definitely crazy for sure. Oh, and Lori, I wanted to ask you about. Do you know anything about Larry Dwayne Hall? Do you remember anything about that? Because I believe a lot of the stuff that he did was pretty close to you. I know they have made emails, texts, and all social media admissible in court. Great. I haven't seen the witness list. I just know which family members are being called. Gotcha. I'm curious to know if they will have him on. And I'm curious to know if maybe she opened up to him a bit about Larry. Or if he even knew that she was married. Hold on 1 second, guys. Oh yeah, Heidi Plank. That's another. Yeah, Blackbird was awesome. By the way, guys, I just did a Springfield 3 video, and then we got in a long-winded talk about Larry Dwayne Hall. And there's a show on Apple TV called Blackbird, which me and hubby just watched it. It's pretty short. It's a pretty short series, but it is excellent. It is excellent. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It is so good. And I actually have gotten in touch with a guy who wrote a book about Larry Dwayne Hall that actually spoke to him in person, and he told some information to. He wrote the book Urges. He can't come on, but he asked me to compile some questions for him and email them to him. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll read them out loud on my channel. So that will be pretty interesting, and I'm excited to hear about that because he talked to him in person, and he's very knowledgeable about all Larry Dwayne Hall's cases. So that'll be a really cool live. Where was I? All right, so a review of 40 plus tips regarding this case. And then April 8th, 2021, video released of 6 gunshots and children playing in the backyard. I didn't hear children. I just heard a dog, but I believe it. April 9th, 2021, CBS 8 interviews Larry's dad, Benito. He says the family is looking for a dead body. We still waiting. Quote unquote. The family is looking for a dead body. We still waiting. Who says that? I guess maybe there's a language barrier and that's why he said it that way. But April 17th, 2021, clear audio release with 8 gunshots. May 26th is May's 40th birthday. May 5th, 2021, gun violence restraining order served to Larry. May 7th, 2021, search warrant served on Maya's home. June 22nd, 2021, court date set for the GVRO served on Larry, the gun violence restraining order. Yeah, I'll have to listen to it again, but I just heard sounded like a dog whine, and then the dog bark, but I don't know if I listened to it all the way through, so I'll have to go back and listen. But I swore when I did listen to it before, I heard children playing, so I'm not sure, but all right, so do you guys want to see the document for the gun violence restraining order? I'll go back to that at the end. On July 1st, 2021, search warrant for May's home to find additional clues and evidence of May's whereabouts. July 22nd, 2021, May's husband Larry was finally announced as a person of interest. September 8th, 2021, newly filed court documents reveal a strain between Larry Millete and his in-laws. The court documents show a fight over the visitation rights of Millete's children. Oh, there's photos. All right. You know what? Let me just pull it up then and peek at it real quick. If you can't tell, Mel made me this wonderful timeline. She did a great job at it too. Where was I? Surrender of guns. I have turned in my guns and other firearms. A pump-action shotgun. A pump-action shotgun. Report of firearm ammunition storage for a prohibited person. So was he not allowed to have firearms because he had like a felony from the Hey Wing Zero from when he stabbed somebody? Is that why? Okay. I, Larry Millete, declares files. I am the respondent in the above referenced manner. I have personal knowledge of the facts set forth in this declaration, and if called as a witness, could and would testify competently to such facts under oath. It is my desire to have peace, safety, stability, health, prosperity, love, and countless blessings for myself, my wife, for my children, my family, my friends, neighbors, co-workers, my community, and people around me. It is also the desire of my heart to protect and defend my children, my wife, my parents, myself, my home from this dangerous, toxic environment and people. Unfortunately, I have been prevented from enjoying these blessings as a result of my wife's leaving our home and has not returned. To complicate matters, my wife's family and their attorney have been appearing on television, uttering statements implying and highly suggesting to the public and media that I am to be blamed for her 6-month-long disappearance. I am not responsible for her disappearance, and I have fully cooperated with the police investigation. The Chula Vista Police Department spokeswoman said there was no indication of foul play. I am not a suspect according to police authorities, but nevertheless, the Chula Vista Police have searched my home twice. First in January 23rd, 2021, the second May 27th, 2021, and removed many things, including my car and all my guns that they took from my large safe, deposit, metal container, and many other things. Exhibit 3. I am not in possession of any guns at this present time, but I am afraid for my safety and the safety of my family in my home because I have been receiving threatening, angry, insulting, accusatory, malicious, and hateful messages from people. The only words that come out of their mouths were negative and derogatory statements towards me. These people are even implicating my parents, who are retired and have done everything they can to protect and serve our family. Their language revealed the venom that emanated from their hearts. My neighbor even mentioned about mysterious bang sounds recorded behind a residence on the night my wife was last seen. An attorney working for my wife's family even came to my house. In order to gain entry and access to our house, the attorney pretended that he was from the Naval Criminal Investigative Service. He appeared several times on television and made statements suggesting that I am responsible for my wife's absence. My wife's sister and family have also made negative statements against me. This created an environment of hate and anger against me and motivated people to leave threatening and malicious messages on our doorsteps, front door, and text messages and through the mail. Exhibits 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I have received recorded statements from a man who states that he will get me and that I could not hide, that he is not playing with me, and that he states he knows more about me, where I live, my social security number, my bank account. Furthermore, he states that he is watching me, and even if the court will get me off, he will get me after court. Hey, ground up. That's all right. Oh, yeah, no illegal firearms. He's not supposed to have them, I imagine, right? Because he got a felony, though. The testimonies and narration of police does not provide the truth and does not help in locating my wife and does not resolve life's problems. I want the court to know that I have not met nor have any past or present communications with SD PD Detective Harlow, whose declaration has been filed with the court. I was not given or served with the attachments 1 and 2 as stated in his declaration under penalty of perjury and thus cannot completely respond to his allegations. I ask to be given more time to respond when these documents are served to me. May this serve as my response to the City of San Diego Police. I have not resided nor worked in the City of San Diego. My children, my parents, my wife, and I have been residents of Chula Vista for over 10 years, and I worked and currently work for the United States of America inside the U.S. Naval Hospital compound at Balboa Medical Center. I am not a violent or dangerous person. I have not hurt nor harmed anyone. I'm a law-abiding citizen who gets up in the morning to cook breakfast for my 3 children, ages 4, 9, and 11. I take 2 of them to school and pick them up in the afternoon after school. I cook and feed them and clean up the house after work and take care of my children. I also take care of my parents when they are sick. My father was sick and hospitalized in January of 2021, just around the same time my wife left our home. My wife's whereabouts remain a mystery. Yes, I collect guns as a hobby and interest with my Uncle Ricky Lincoln, Uncle Rick, who also collects these guns. My guns are registered and I've gone through the required background checks. I have 17 guns that have all been taken by the Chula Vista Police. I have no other guns inside my house and we are not allowed to bring guns at work. My Uncle Rick had my 5 AR-15s and they're incomplete and disassembled guns that nobody can use. Uncle Ricky had my stripped down lowers and I have the uppers, but these were also taken by Chula Vista Police during a search of his home on or about April 1st, 2021. According to Uncle Rick, the Chula Vista police officers did not provide him of a list of things they removed from his house during the search. He believes the police took all the guns, including 5 of his father's guns that were given to him after his father passed away in 2002, and other items. There is no significant danger to me of having access to firearms. It is merely the opinion of Detective Harlow, who I have never met. My firearms are not assault weapons and were not considered assault weapons when I legally purchased them through an authorized FFL. All my gun purchases have gone through the California 10-day waiting period and dealer record of sale process. All my firearms are serialized. I store my long rifles disassembled, keeping 1 or 2 fully built for family and home defense purposes. I did not allow a third party to possess my firearms without a legal transfer. My Uncle Rick had 5 incomplete AR rifles and only consisted of the stripped lower trigger assembly and buffer tube. These are not able to be fired or have been fired since being put together. Isabella, you can get a free trial from Apple TV, I think for like a week, and you may be able to watch it like in like 2 days. I think we finished it in 2 days. It's pretty short. He assumed he was NCIS. Billy never told him he was. There's a difference, right? So he's claiming that he told him that, but really he didn't. Gotcha. All right, so he's basically naming all his guns. This is a lot. He explains that he was served with the GVRO and not given the opportunity to store his ammo or something. The Chula Vista police searched my house on May 7th, 4 months after my disappearance, and while I was away from home on that same day, they stopped me on the freeway and told me to exit the National Avenue from Interstate 5 freeway. After I left work from the U.S. Naval Balboa Hospital, they refused to allow me to go home to be with my children and parents during the search and told me that they will arrest me if I will go home at that very moment. They refused to allow me to speak to my lawyer, so I was detained for 6 hours and was not allowed to go home until midnight. They searched my house and broke and destroyed my bedroom door and walls and left our house in chaotic and disturbing state that horrified my children and my parents. So did they cut his walls out? Yeah, it was really... Oh, Ground Up Garage. That's what I wanted to say. So they show a gray van in the beginning and later on when they're showing what happened to Jessica Roach. But I believe when they look at his car, it's brown. So I was wondering if it was actually gray. Gray can be super misconstrued for green. And maybe the Springfield 3 neighbor did see what she thought was a green car, but it was gray. All right, so let's just look at the exhibits of the pictures. So this is a safe. That's a big safe. Does he have more than one? What is that? Where is Maya? Blank. Is this your friend or someone who helped you? What is wrong with you? You don't appear okay. I don't know what that is. Where's your wife? Oh, people threatening him, I guess. Where's your wife? Not looking good for you. Why'd you kill her, Larry? It's time to heal, brother. We need to move forward. We need you to bring Maya home. You have to drag too many of your family along already. As I mentioned before, Karma always gets you no matter what in this life or afterlife. Facts. Sorry if you guys can hear Dave yelling in the background. He's gaming and probably has his headphones on and can't know, and he doesn't know that he's talking that loud, but he's loud. As I mentioned before, I read that. Do not take away kids' access to their cousin blank. Usually play with blank before now. Do not even hear them talk anymore. You've dragged too many of your family along already. As I've mentioned before, karma always gets you no matter what in this life or afterlife. Oh, I read that already. I'm giving you a chance. Remember what I said on January 24th this year. Read back text. Hey, Larry, it's time for us to bring Maya home. Do you have anything to do with this? We need to bring her home and lay her to peace. Rest peacefully. Where did you go Friday? And why did you leave your phone home turned off? What did you do during that period of time? You did not just go to the beach. Hey, Larry, I hope you're doing okay. Can you call me? My heart is breaking for your family. Please, Larry, if you really want to help find your wife, reach out to me. This has come to an end. If not for your wife, do it for your kids. Let's bring her home. Life's a beach. My neighbors gave me the pictures and told me he's been also hanging around our neighborhood. He's been defaming me and posting all kinds of implications all over social media. Larry, you coward, tell us where she is. We all know you did it. No Valentine's Day for you. People are sending a mail. Larry, you have dishonored your family. If anyone respected you, they know that's no longer the case. Pride doesn't not even matter. The person you are now is the person you have always been. You never cared nor loved May. You have not been on any searches, not returning phone calls or texts, not allowing kids to be with loved ones. I pray you are not contaminating them like you have contaminated yourself. How dare you, and what a coward you are to have a 4-year-old son. If only he could explain about January 8th unknowingly be accomplice to your selfish crime. According to your fabricated story, you and he left for Solana Beach, likely not, just another lie, at 6:30 a.m. and returned at 5 p.m. Where did you really go? Where did you take and leave May? So just a caring citizen sent this to him. The car parked out by the road was a reporter. Right, Isabella? Video games and grown men. I can hear him cursing somebody out. He had a gray and a brown one. Okay. I think that Springfield 3 lady could have definitely... Yeah, he is playing COD, Brandon. He is. Usually. I'm sure he is. Larry, it is time to bring closure. I can't read that. His handgun safety certificate, California Department of Justice handgun safety certificate, fine firearms, I don't know what that is, I guess a store, firearm safety certificate, 10-year service award, star performer, Naval Medical Center San Diego, recognition and praise to Mr. Larry Millete. What is this? What they did to his house? It's so dark, I can't tell. It looks like a ladder. Oh, there's like stuff on the ground, the door open. Looks like the closet. I guess that's his disassembled guns or whatever. It's so hard to see with these black and white photos. I have no idea what the hell I'm looking at. It looks like a couch that's been like rummaged through. Like they threw everything around. I mean, when they search your house, I don't believe they're supposed to clean up before they leave. This is somebody saying how good of a person Larry is. I guess these are all people saying that he's a good person. Shit like that. All right. Let's move on. Tell him I'm Hoot75. All right. Was that your name? Hey, Jeremiah. How you doing? Is that your, what's it called name? I'll tell him. He's in my Discord. If you need someone to play, we can come in my Discord and. All right, let's see. Where was I? Newly filed documents reveal a strain between the in-laws. Fight over rights. Okay. All right, October 19th, 2021, Larry was arrested for the murder of May. He was also charged with illegal possession of an assault rifle. He pleads not guilty on the 21st. On the 27th of October, he is ordered by the judge to stop contacting his children from the jail. The deputy district attorney said that Larry made 129 calls to his parents, all of which were recorded. Over 9 hours of that time was with his children. The children were granted a protection order during his arraignment. In the calls, Larry Millete mentioned Maya Millete's family, asked the 11-year-old to read news headlines to him, and also told 2 of the children to watch an R-rated film called Shock Collar to understand the environment he is in. The film is about a well-to-do family man who is jailed for killing and after a plea deal becomes a hardened prisoner. Jesus. Who tells their kids that? How awesome, Carrie. Good. Now I think I have you in my messenger somewhere, but if not, if for some reason I don't anymore, now I have you in Discord to get a hold of you. November 10th, 2021, judge denies custody petition filed by May's family, which is sad. January 19th, 2022, May's family continues to fight court for custody. A judge updated the visitation rights. Or this is 2022, yeah. A judge updated the visitation rights for May's children to give Mary, Chris, and family more time to see May's 3 kids while under the custody of Larry Millete's parents. The judge also extended temporary guardianship for Larry's parents until April 25th, 2022. September 27th, 2022, Larry has a hearing to see if he's mentally competent to stand trial. A psychiatrist ruled that he was, in fact, mentally competent. December 6th, judge confirms court date for a preliminary hearing, and January 11th, the preliminary hearing begins. So, are these all the witnesses? Maya missing person, Larry husband, kids 4911, Mary sister, Angela Renee, sister Jen Fontillas, sister Jay brother, Michael brother, Genesis sister-in-law. So Genesis is Larry's sister? I heard her say Genesis a couple times today at the prelim, but I wasn't sure who she was talking about. Trick's sister-in-law, Richard. I know Morgan Macedo. I thought maybe this was the witness list. Gotcha. Okay, sister-in-law. Oh, my brother's wife. Okay, all right, got it. But did they test his lawyer, right? I can't with her. I don't know. She's weird. She's just so strange. I don't know what her end game is. Like, I feel like I never understand. I feel like even the judge doesn't understand because she's constantly trying to, explaining to the judge where she's going with it. I feel like they asked her a couple times. She was asking about their relationship from 2005. It's why are we talking so much about 2005? She's like, I'm just trying to establish how their relationship was then or something. I don't know. But she talks so slow. She's got no fire. She asks the most strange questions. I feel like if he has her for the trial, he's screwed because she sucks. Oh, we just gotcha. Just copied the entire note. Oh, wow. Look at all these guns. Jesus Christ. Look at this. Look at all these guns. My dude, look at this. Man has guns. Yeah, if she's a family friend, then I get it. But like, come on, man. She's just it's like watching paint dry, when she's up there like I don't Did I miss anything important that they talked about? So the first witness was the divorce attorney who took the call. And Maya told her that she wanted to get a divorce, but she didn't want to come in for the meeting because she was worried that Larry might find out. And then I guess she sent Maya an intake form, and she is just so upset with herself because she thinks that she may have caused this to happen. And she started crying on the stand. She was really upset. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe it could just be a strategy. I don't know. I mean, it's still early to tell, but still, she's very like slow with it. Just I don't know. But you're right. It is a little early. She's playing sweet until the real fight in the trial starts. Yeah, she doesn't want to show her hand. Maybe. Oh, Sabrina, I'm gonna talk about that tomorrow night. I already had like this put up where I was like, oh, maybe I should change it, but I wanted to get this out of the way so tomorrow. But I thank you for sending me that. That's a typical photo for a gun collector, to be honest. That's crazy to me. That's like, I guess for gun collector. She has civil and guardianship cases too, and it's just as bad. He had a picture of his 4-year-old standing in the middle of all the guns and ammo. That's weird. I don't know. That's weird to me. All right, Ryan, your mom kept you on the phone. It is like watching paint dry. It is. She talks very slow and very quiet. I know, right? Yeah, she talks very slow, very quiet. Just very. I don't know. I can't get down with it. Okay, then the next witness, I believe, was a forensic expert. He talked about the condition the house was in, the blood spatter on the wall, but they didn't really go into like that whose blood it was. They just said there was blood on the wall. I can't remember what else he talked about. Oh, that guy. Does anyone remember what else that guy talked about? Apparently, he's there 2 kids at home with no phone and leaves for hours at a time. Yeah, right? I don't have a gun in the house, but I have a katana. It's not mine, but somebody gave. Well, it's mine now, but I have a katana and I have some knives. I just never thought to get a gun, but I probably will now that things are getting weird. Yeah, I wouldn't put a 4-year-old posting in pictures with one. The timeline for when she filed, like, not long at all, like 2 days maybe. I think she reached out to a lawyer all right, so on the 4th, she asked her sisters for the money. And then maybe like the 6th, reach out to the lawyer, and then on the 7th, or maybe the 5th, reach out to the lawyer, and then on the 7th, went missing. It was really close, like a day or two. And then today they had Mary Chris up there, and she just talked about all things leading up to when she went missing and what happened after she went missing. She spoke to the attorney on the 7th. Okay. And then the night of the 7th she went missing. Yeah. It was really close. All right. Yeah. So pretty much the day that she spoke to the attorney, I bet you he was tracking her phone or whatever, like her phone calls. He could probably go online and look at her phone. They both worked. He worked at the hospital, and she worked as like a something contractor. I forget exactly, but she made more money than he did, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, she talked to the intake person at the attorney's office. The lady was on the stand, right? The lady sent her an intake form. She didn't want to come in and do the interview because she was nervous he would find out. But yeah, Mary Chris did a good job on the stand. He was an obstetrician tech, and she was a contract specialist. That's it. I knew it was a contract something. But yeah, Mary Chris did a really good job today, and I think she did a good job, painting a picture. I think her and the prosecutor did a good job painting a picture of how everything led up, how things changed, you know what I mean? And what happened after, and it was really good. And then they had the cross, and I'm not really sure where she was going with the cross, and it just ended at the cross. Like, I believe they took like a sidebar, and I don't think it ever came back on. But I don't really know where his attorney was going with it, but she sounded like she was trying to show that Larry took care of her as like a husband and was a good husband and provider, maybe. Then she was asking things like, was it really like May's Jeep? Did May buy it? Like, asking a lot of financial questions. I think she was trying to make it look like Larry was the provider. And I think she was trying to make it look like that he didn't control all the money, even though he did. I don't really know like what her end game is, but she was trying to make Larry look like a caring husband, I guess. I have a German Shepherd, and a 45 auto. I have lizards and snakes, and if anyone tries to rob me, I'll whip out one of them big bad snakes, and I'm sure people will go running. But, I don't have any pit bulls or anything. But I will whip out a big snake. Oh, you had a pit. She passed last year. She was 13. I actually, he doesn't live with me anymore. He lives with my son's grandfather. But he is a Jack Russell Terrier and a pug mix. And he is 16 years old. Snakes, why? I love reptiles. I'm a reptile person. I have bearded dragons. I have Asian water monitors. I have snakes. I have I will share one real quick before I end this, because I think I've covered all bases as well as I could. If you think I missed anything, Carrie, feel free to share. Carrie is super knowledgeable about this case, and I appreciate you being here, Carrie. I can't find my lizard picture. Hold on. gotta be in downloads, I guess. Yeah. I'm gonna find the one of Hulk. Carrie used to come in Discord all the time, Nina. I remember I had a couple conversations with late night conversations with Carrie about this, and I know Carrie. I know you sent me a ton of stuff in Messenger. I just have to go back and I know at some point you did. There's my one lizard Hulk as a cowboy. No, I usually feed them dead rats. Yes, it is not a Cait live until I show some scales. Oh, I have a pastel python. She's a spider though, but she's a rescue. I wouldn't buy a spider. Spiders are bad genes. They shake. They have like a shake. But somebody asked me to take her because they couldn't watch her anymore. So, oh, my snakes are the sweetest. Isabella, go check out my shorts and see my latest short with my snake. I was literally petting him and rubbing his chin. They said fair enough. Oh yeah, Brandon. Thought he would ask. This is Gomez. He's my white lizard. He's all white. And then here's Romy. He's my handicap lizard. He has metabolic bone disease. And here's Bo. Gomez, yeah. Like Gomez from Addams Family. Here's another Hulk. Here's Gomez again, doing the sexy leg, I call it. Hulk popping out of his log. The 3 snakes. I promise snakes are sweet. If you look, I'm telling you, look at my short. Here, I'll even play it for you guys. Snakes have such a bad reputation, but I'm telling you, they are the derpiest, dumbest, cutest things ever. Look. Watch, he lets me pet his chin. He's a sweetie. He loves, like, attention. All right, I'll show you another one of Gomez. Here you go. That's Gomez dressed as the Easter Bunny. Look at you stayed up the whole live. Elena, I'm proud of you, girl. I'm trying to find the one of Hulk where he's dressed as Dog the Bounty Hunter. Hold on. That's my favorite picture. For sure. I'll get it real quick. Here you go. This is Hulk dressed as Dog the Bounty Hunter on Halloween's. Why is it so small? Right? It's the best one. He looks just like him, too. You need some encouragement? Do it. Do it. It's all right, Brandon. I forgive you. Oh yeah, they're the cool. Snakes are so cool. I'm telling you, they're nothing like people think they are. I promise you, they are not anything like people think they are. They are the sweetest. things ever. Hold on, wait, I got it. Here's Gomez again, looking like Buddha. I know, isn't it so funny, Jeremiah? I love that pic. He looks just like him. It was right when Brian Laundrie was like on the run and Dog was looking for him, and it was Halloween because it happened in and I couldn't resist. With Gomez is a he, but you can have a date with one of my girl ones. Here's Rosie. Oh wait, you guys gotta see this. All right, so Rosie on his way to Venezuela. Yeah. All right, so Rosie got stuck in her hole, which happens like once a week, and I shared it in a reptile group, and people just started going crazy photoshopping her into like funny photos. Wait till you see these. Oh shoot. Oh my god, no, I don't want to share that. Wait a second. Pretend like you didn't see a picture of my kid, even though he's the cutest kid ever, but I don't know how it did that. It looks like she's coming out of a sewer. You stepped on one in the grass. Did it bite you? I know. I'm going to have to edit it now. I don't know how it even did that. Look, Scar is throwing her off the cliff. This one, she's in a tank. She's playing poker at the casino. She's at the desk. Well, that was bold of you, Ryan, because a lot of people won't do that. There she is DJing. It takes like so long to edit too. It's a pain in the ass. It sucks. I don't have to do that, but whatever. Me and Bojangles matching. Both wearing yellow. And let's see. Here's Rome with his little bow tie on. He's my handicap one. That was Rosie, not Gomez. But yeah, DJ Rosie. They lived for at most probably 12 years. A 15-foot Burmese that had a freestanding cage size of a closet. It would eat 3 rabbits in one feeding. Dave actually had a retic. It was huge. And he had to, he like just gave it the basement. And he said it would like come up to the door and just wait for him to feed him. And he couldn't even find, like, it's really hard finding rabbits. So he gave it to a zoo. But I have a really cool thing I'm going to do this weekend. I'm going to a reptile show, like a convention. And I think maybe I will go live so you guys can see what it's like. They even have venomous snakes there, so they have like rattlesnakes, which is really cool seeing a rattlesnake rattle in person. I would love Florida. My son went to Disney and cared more about catching lizards there than actually going to Disney World. That was me as a kid. He's like so my child. But if I lived in Florida, I would have a reptile zoo. I would buy property with like big land and have a reptile zoo for sure. But I'm gonna go to a reptile show this weekend. They have the coolest reptiles. They got all different stuff there. So I will go live and film from there for sure. And I love when they have the reptile shows because they sell bugs and everything there so cheap, like supplies. So I can't wait. And I'm going to like a weed convention. In the hall next to it, they're having a weed convention. So I'm going there too. So 2-for-1 deal. Why not? And Ryan Upchurch has free cockroaches. I heard. Well, damn, I'll have to hit them up. I need them. I need them for my breeding box. If you don't know, I breed roaches for feeding my lizards. I would show you one right now, but I look absolutely filthy right now, so nobody's seeing me on camera. You're just north of Miami. I was in South Beach one time back in the 90s, and it was the coolest thing ever. People are walking around with snakes. There's this guy who had a chihuahua in a basket, and he was wearing like a pineapple outfit. Yeah, a big I breed them to feed my lizards, so I have a giant box full of roaches. I've brought them out before and showed people. I mean, if there's a way I can get on camera without y'all seeing me, I can show you. Look at big ass roaches. You're in Boca. Oh, I know where Boca Raton is. My pop used to live in Deerfield, so it was actually really close to Boca and Fort Lauderdale. We'd fly in at Fort Lauderdale and go visit in Deerfield. So, but yeah, I breed roaches and I breed worms. Oh, you're in Boca. Oh wow. Well, damn. Look at all these Florida people in here. I feel jealous. I want to live in Florida. It would try and strike at you through the glass and leave prints on the glass when it would strike. It took a rabbit out of his head and shook the whole cage. I can imagine. It's all about people get bit by snakes because they're stupid and they don't know how to. If your snake is hungry, you have to be. You can't just go pick up your snake when it hasn't eaten in 3 weeks because especially if you feed it in its tank because it's going to be expecting you to drop in a mouth. So if I know my snake is hungry, well, at this point, I can reach in and grab my snake when it's hungry because I know how to like distract him and grab him in the back and make sure he doesn't bite me. And I know like my distance, but most people will reach their hand in there when their snake is hungry and it will think they're bringing food because they can't see well. They go by heat. And, they think that they feel the heat and they think that there is a bug coming. Or not a bug, a mouse coming, and they will strike. So you just have to be smart. It's not like they do it intentionally. It's because they do it because they can't see that well and they're dumb. But that's what happens, unfortunately. So yeah, I'll be live tomorrow night. I guess I will. You're close to the Everglades. I would love to go to the Everglades. I think when I get my tax return this winter, I'm gonna plan a trip to Disney, and maybe I'll come visit y'all in Florida while I'm down there. He would power feed it. Yeah, well, that's stupid then. That's dumb. I feed mine like every 2 weeks. Sometimes I'll go like a month, but yeah, I'll be back live tomorrow about Idaho. I have some interesting stuff to talk about with Idaho, so definitely be there. And I mean, I'll be back. Don't support Disney. Why? What did Disney do? I love Disney. It's the greatest place on earth. What do you mean? Well, then I'll go to Universal. I don't know. I like Universal better anyway, but all right, Mel. Thank you so much for the timeline. It was awesome. And Carrie, if you're still in here, thank you, thank you, thank you. And they woke. What? Good night, everyone. Yeah. So I'll be back tomorrow, and then probably again before the weekend. Well, I'm down. When I plan my vacation, we'll plan a meetup for sure. And then I'll be live over the weekend so you can see the reptile show. I thought that'd be cool. All right, good night, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks everyone for your help.